I am so sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know. Come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Good afternoon, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Yes, I'm your host, Man's Man, and I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening as usual. This is one of our special Sunday evening. As you know, many things are happening in the sporting world. We have JPL games that were played today. We have the African Cup of Nations, the finals just completed. And we have our senior female team about to enter into World Cup qualifying for the Women's FIFA World Cup 2023 to be hosted in Australia and New Zealand. But before we get into that, let me say a big thank you to our sponsors. The sponsors of this video, yes, they are Launch Legacy, Handle Risk, and Seek Legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. If you're getting a little older, forgetting some things, it means it is probably time for you to start letting your money work for you. At some point in your life, you have to stop working for money and let your money do the working. Launch Legacy will introduce you to some products that will help you to do that. Also want to thank as well, yes, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. Prestige Finance, they are here in Jamaica, Linstead, St. Catherine, in fact, and they are willing to lend you up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. And if you tell them that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports, here's what they will do. No processing fee, same day processing, 0 to 4% interest rate. So check them out. Maybe you need to start a business. That's a good way of doing it. Get a loan now and put that money to work. All right. Just to let you know that Sadio Mane, Koulibaly, and Mendy that keeps for Chelsea, they defeated the Mo Salah, Egypt, on penalties to win the African Cup of Nations, the first time in their history. Very good game. Thought they had the better of the game, and they came out as victors. And then in Premier League JPL action, Mount Pleasant outscored Mobile United by 4-0 today. That was the second game of the double headers, and then Waterhouse also had a big victory as well. They won by 4-0 in their game as well. Just losing my thought here. I can't believe I don't remember who Waterhouse beat. Can you believe that? But Waterhouse, I just finished watching the Mount Pleasant game, so maybe that is causing a little confusion in the brain. Yeah, Waterhouse outscored Portmore United by 4 goals to 0. There we go. Welcome to all the persons who are in the comment section. Listen, we're going to talk women's football, and I want you to get on board. This listen, buy your ticket, start booking your hotel, because we're going to the World Cup in New Zealand. We're going down under, down there in Australia in 2023. Yes, that's when our female team will be qualifying for the World Cup. Well, they will be playing in it, and we expect them not just to compete this time, but to come out of their zone and possibly get into the quarterfinals at minimum. And we're going to talk to the head coach of the senior team, the great Mr. Vin Blaine. Humble, but we'll attach great to his name because he has had a lot of success in football administration and leadership. I also want to say happy belated birthday to Garol Hamilton. Went to the same school. He's an author. There's a book called Get a Youth's Bible. Yesterday was his birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, Garol. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Also, we did a wonderful interview yesterday with Cody Lorendi. Please, I want you to check it out, right? And share that link with some young footballers so they can get some ideas as to how this whole moving into different market, what it requires, what it demands. He's so knowledgeable. So please check out that video. Without any further ado, let's welcome our very, very special guest today, Mr. Vin Blaine.
Hi, Omar. Manning's man, sorry.
No, man. Omar is fine. It doesn't matter. Good day, sir. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
You watch the game?
Yeah. Good game, and I came up the team that I was backing came up winners.
It's kind of strange, right? Though it's an African Cup of Nation, I think most people this side of the world wanted Senegal to win. I don't know because they identify with them more possibly, but I kind of feel that way.
That's possible. But when I look at the teams, I mean, they're quite equally matched, I believe. It's a pity you have to go to. I think penalty shootouts is one of the most, agonizing thing for players. You miss a goal, and they never credit the goalkeeper as such. Only the side that wins.
Yeah, but you know what is awesome though? It kind of worked out because I can't imagine how difficult it would have been for Sadio Mane having given up a penalty, missed a penalty in regular play. If his team had lost without it going to penalties. So I think he was redeemed because he got the opportunity to kick that last penalty, because you realize that Mo Salah went to the goalkeeper and said something. I don't know what that may have influenced.
So. That was the best taken penalty.
The last one, man.
Yeah, the one that Mane scored. That is
really.
Yeah, the one that he scored, best one.
I think the first
that dead set to the corner. You saw the guy. We could not see that.
I think the first one that the Egyptian guy kicked was a very good penalty.
But you see, this you have to look at it. You have to look at the situation.
Yeah.
In the game, the pressure there. First one is okay, but you have the last penalty.
And having missed one, having one saved by the same goalkeeper, a lot of pressure.
And you see, he was so calm. What I don't like,
you think he was calm? I don't think he was calm because I see him pacing the field. He was always, he was even with his teammates.
That was concentration, man. That was concentration. Trust me. The adrenaline rush is taking him, That's what I believe. But people like those, they go out and they relax the brain. See, other guys, they're bending over and he just walking around as calm himself because he knows he's going to be taking a penalty.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what?
And I
You know
think
what I find interesting with that Senegal side, that the average age is around 20. There's so many young players. That's one thing. And so many of these players played for France in terms of youth football. They would have gone to the youth ranks of France, which is something kind of similar that we have on the male side that we probably need to look at seriously tapping into, because most of their best players came through the France system.
Yes. Yeah.
And they played, like I said, they played for France at the youth level and then moved on. I guess the context is sort of different because maybe in Senegal, I don't know what the leagues are like there. But a lot of these guys would have been born and probably raised in France, and then they chose to represent Senegal, which is what happened with the players who come from out of England or the United States, especially on the female side of our team, where we have now players. Though we have players born in Jamaica, we have so many players who would have developed through the English system or the American system and are being integrated. I thought that was a cool dynamic because we kind of face a similar small nations like ours who were once enslaved, always have that to work with.
Yeah. True. But one of the things I tell you about the Africans going across into Europe, they play a lot of football. You know, the youngsters play a lot of football. Let us take Jamaica, for instance. We play Manning Cup, which is just a short period of time. And some players don't even go and play. There's no under-20 league anymore. Rarely I have under 17s now. And there's only so many players that these Premier Leagues can take in. You know, and so I think we have to improve on that.
How do we do it? Because a lot of the players, the former players that I speak to, they speak about the minor league. Is there a way that we can redo it, but just in this present modern climate, context, but at least have something like that? Because I think it's a truth that we don't play, and we don't realize it. We don't play enough football in Jamaica, especially at the youth level, between probably 13 to 17.
You used to have parish competition, but with this COVID thing, kind of threw it off a bit. But usually have parish competitions under 13, even within the own parish they had it. Like Kasafa, for instance, had their own under 15, under 13, under 17s. But with the COVID, those things kind of get pushed to the side. So we blame COVID, but maybe we have to look at how we can get around it now, because they're opening up a bit.
Yeah, and then man, and even on the female side it's a whole lot more difficult because there has not been any local competition, like right before the pandemic and since the pandemic.
Yeah,
and I mean,
we used to have schoolgirl competition, which was vibrant, and we used to have a lot of teams. We started, if I remember correctly, back in 1998 when the school competition started. They had about 40-something teams, and it was really, and some of the games were played in the stadium. A lot of people don't remember that, so the competition was there. But after, even as a matter of fact, school like Bullmans was one of the top schools at the time. So I think we have to put our heads together now to get back the women's game, running up and running.
Going locally, I think that's important because I think the fact that we have so many females at the professional level playing all across Europe, doing well, and people are becoming more familiar with the game. This now, it should serve as a springboard to probably get women football going again at least at one level, at some level. It has to happen. But there's big thing on the horizon. I thought you were here now because I know who is in training now. Is it a local group of female?
Under 17 and under 20 girls. They probably have about maybe a couple of overseas players that came in, but not many. The majority were the local ones.
Okay, I know that they had a camp. Oh, this is the second camp, because they had a camp earlier that two of the young ladies that I interviewed, Avery Johnson and Maya Mitchell, came down and they were a part of that. So this is a second camp with a different set.
This is about the third camp they are having. I think.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, but they're about the third camp because they have started from a little bit in last year till now. So and they go off on the 26th of February. Somewhere there.
Oh, so the under 17 and the under 20 are the
under 17 and under 20 are training together. They have two different times, but they because of the numbers, they put both teams together, both squad together, and we're in training.
Okay, you're saying that they will believe both squad will be leaving on the 26th of February.
No, different times. I don't quite remember. I don't quite remember.
Well, I'm supposed to be speaking to Xavier Gilbert tomorrow evening, so he probably would be in a better place to answer.
Yeah, he'd have the answer.
Yes. All right, so let's talk about the senior team that is your purview, where you're in charge of now. I mean, we have a game on the 17th against Bermuda at the office. I mean, tell us about that and how the plans are. Have you been in touch with the ladies when the camp is going to start, when the team comes together? I mean, and how the qualification process works?
Well, I've been in touch with them, the girls and the staff. No camps, unfortunately, because we only can have the camps because of the fact that most of the young ladies are playing professionally in the UK and other areas of the world. They are only allowed to come during the FIFA window, and the only FIFA window we have runs from about the 13th to after we come back from Grenada. So it's almost like deja vu for me, where my first game would be the practice game. Because we never had a chance to play anything in between. Fortunately, some of them they played in the summer series and they played Costa Rica,
Costa Rica friendly, yes.
Yeah, some of them were in that, but not as a team. The unit now they played. It was fragmented because the coach was looking at different players over that period, right? That's Coach Busby. So they were exposed, and that's where I actually got a chance to see the players that I'm going to be inheriting.
All right, hold on a sec. Somebody is saying that I need to change the title because it says the World Cup 2023.
Oh, okay.
But it is the World Cup in 2023.
Yes.
So we are talking about female football, Eagle Republic. Yeah, not male football. Yeah, the male football is in 2026. All right. So our emphasis has shifted. We're going to focus on the campaign that you can put your house on, according to I Am Sure Sports, and buy a ticket to go down under, because we'll be qualified. But all right, so everyone comes in and meets in Jamaica on the 3rd,
on the 14th. The last game for people like Shaw, Khadija Shaboni Shaw, is on the 13th. Oh. So they come in the next day. The season for the break for the UK players and most of the European players to come in and it runs up to until the 13th. So then they travel on the 14th.
So that means if they travel on the 14th, that's going to be a problem.
They train
on the 15th, they come in
on the 16th, yeah.
Whoa, and then play.
The 15th will be used. The training on the 15th will be like a recovery training.
Yeah. So you really don't have a session really before your first game.
One and a half.
So it's really it's really training. The game on the 17th is training.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the game on it.
And then when you finish that game, you have to fly out to go to Grenada.
Right.
Well, that's 18th. A short flight on the 18th. Yeah. So the game is on the 18th.
No, we fly out on the 18th. To go play Grenada on the 20th. On the 20th.
All right. So by the time you get after the game, you travel. So the 18th.
Yes.
The 19th is just recovery and light training again for the game.
Light training again, yeah.
And this is the best way the window could work? Or you think this
Yeah,
is manageable?
those windows were set before, so it's hard to get them, and because of their playing schedule, it's kind of hard to get them for a period of time. Like for the next leg, for the next round, that takes place in April. There's a window where the UK and base players and most of them get a break between the 4th until the time we play. So we have a little more time with them in April. They're coming on the 4th, and we'll have a couple of days before they travel to Cayman.
Oh, okay, all right. So tell us the form. Just explain the format, because I want the fans of I Am Sure Sports to kind of get into on the female side, begin to show the kind of support that we showed for the male team to the female team.
We need the support. Surely need the support, and it's not about we being sure that we're going to qualify. I myself
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I myself as a coach think we know that we can, but the old saying ball round and all that. I don't but how it does. You have USA and Canada waiting in the wings. So you have 6 groups that the winners of each group will go to join USA and Canada to make it 8 teams, which will then divide into 2 groups of 4. And then basically, if you get to the semifinals, you can say you made it to the World Cup.
Okay.
And
so now, go ahead.
That takes place. So we have 2 games in February. We have 1 month off when we come back and play 2 more games in April. Top in the group now. Then we'll find out maybe a week after who we are going to be playing in July.
Oh, which group you'll be placed in July?
Yeah. So we know which teams we're going to be facing in July.
All right. So let's see if we understand, just so that the persons out there can know. So we are presently in a group with Bermuda and Grenada.
Bermuda, Grenada, Cayman, and Dominican Republic.
And so we're in a 5 team group.
Yes.
All right. And we need to finish. There's no spot for second place, only first place.
No spot for second place. The group winners go through.
And is it home and away?
No.
Oh, so you have 2 home games and 2 away games.
Home and 2 away games, yeah.
Okay.
So in February we play. First we play Bermuda at the stadium, at the national stadium, and then we travel to Grenada and play them. Then we take a break, and we come back and we play in Cayman. Yeah, in April. April 4th we play Cayman. Sorry, April 9th we play Cayman. Then we come back to Jamaica and play Dominican Republic at the stadium. Okay. Yeah.
And so
hoping we can get some fans at the time.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the nice part, which is the fun part. But so when you win that, you then get placed in a next group of 4 teams, which would either include
the real group now.
The real group that would either include one of the 2, USA or Canada. So because
you could include 2 too.
They wouldn't see them.
No, Mexico and Canada. I mean, USA and Canada should be 2 separate groups.
2 separate groups.
But you're going to have a team like Mexico now,
who will be in one of those groups with Jamaica.
You're going to have 2 top teams in one group.
Okay.
So my wish is that we get a good draw. You understand me? So we don't get 2. We don't have to fight 2 teams.
But it appears that Costa Rica is a tough.
It's a formidable team.
It's a formidable team, because I realized that even in the practice game they were down to 10 players, and they did well. Though I think Jamaica created numerous opportunities in that game, and like I said, it was a practice game, and we didn't have like Bonnie Shaw. I think wasn't there, and a couple others who I think could have added value
Bonnie
to the
game,
team.
man. Bonnie played that game.
She didn't play Nigeria game.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
She play USA game and she play USA game now Nigeria game, but she played in the Costa Rica game.
All
Goalkeeper
right.
did extremely well. Their
Yeah.
goalkeeper did extremely well.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not going to be easy, but it is
Ah,
possible.
yeah,
It
it
is
is possible.
possible.
Yeah,
And
very possible.
what? So let's. All right. So let me just take a couple of comments and then need to ask you about support for the team. All right. Uh, somebody's what's going on with the under 17 and under 20 men's team? All right. B Douglas, we're going to give when we're discussing men's football, we don't include the female. So when I'm discussing the female football, it would be unfair for me to bring up you know men's football. So we're going to give due respect to the females. All right. JTL says, my name is Kenny. Ask the coach if the two young ladies you interviewed last year are they a part of this plan? I think her name was Christian. They are really trying out for under 17 and under
20.
20. So tomorrow I'm going to be speaking with Xavier Gilbert, who I think is over the under 20 team. Um, yeah, right. And but from what I heard, they were very impressive in their trial, in their time of trial here. And I think they have acquired their Jamaican passports, from what I've also heard. So it's a step in the right direction, but he will better be able to speak to that as Mr. Blaine is really over the senior program. And yeah, right. So he wouldn't be able to answer some of those questions. All right. And then Adrian Armstrong says, careful what you ask for regarding some support for the women team as a men's team, cause that are not much support at all. Oh, same support. Oh, you mean I said same support. Yeah. Listen, we're not asking for the same kind of support. We just need support for for it. And I think men, to be fair, I think men better are more patient with the female game than they are with men playing the men game, the on the men's side. I think we are very hard on male players than we are on female players, in my opinion, coach.
That's
You
true.
find that to be so?
Yeah, but you must remember the male, the male team is a team that carry the swing in football, carries the country, the senior men's team in every country. Every association and federation gives more respect. No disrespect to our to JFF, but that's what happens. And I'm just telling you the truth. I work in three MAs, three countries as technical director, and it's the same thing in every country. They give you the girls are like I always say to people, the girls are like step daughters. They'll get the respect that boys would get, and maybe is a good reason, and not because we are failed, no, but a lot of people put more money into the males. That some people don't like female football, and for whatever reason, so we don't get that same of attention. And if we go out of the World Cup, the impact would be as bad as with the boys. I'm 100. Well, maybe I don't know. It depends on who's talking.
Well, I think given the team that we have now, there is an expectation that we are going to we ought to do well.
Well, I believe so. I mean, I read as a coach. I mean, I have, but I don't like to beat my drum going forward. I want it to be done on the field. If I said to somebody recently, if we can't get by this round, then we never deserve to go to the World Cup. Simple put. We should get through the round, but you have to be guarded in your comments. When you're talking about a team.
Yeah. Someone is asking. I don't know if you can see the question from your device.
Yeah, I see. No, I'm not. I'm not really home. I'm not back home. My role is just on the female side, with some oversight on the over the under 20 and under 17 teams. I'm trying to really get myself in a way where we can establish the resurgence of the women's program, because We went to the World Cup at the expense of the women's program. I said that without any apology. Yeah, so we went to the World Cup. That's one thing. But our local female program suffered for whatever reason. So we have to look at it now. And I have inherited that, and I can't change it with my squad now, because there are no real girls in the local market that can really play at the standard that I would want them to be playing at. So it's difficult. It's going to take a couple more years to. I think it's under 17 squad and under 20 squad have more local players in there now. So we have to know sort of keep them, grounded and see if we can keep them playing. Not just a one-off competition and then we don't see them again until another 2 years. You have to know, put something in place.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask a couple other questions. In our senior men's team, there was a major, whether perceived divide or not, in terms of the integration time frame of the integration of the players who are the Jamaicans born outside of Jamaica who came into the team. Is it similar in the female team, or is the integration a whole lot better because they probably have been together at the under 20 level in college and all of that? How do you find the integration of the players born outside of Jamaica with those born in Jamaica to create that cohesiveness and chemistry with the team?
Really, really, really good. I'm encouraged by it. They have a group chat that they talk constantly, and the advantage is also that a lot of them play against each other, know each other, especially the ones from the UK. And there's a core group of players that were recruited by me from some years ago that came into the program when they were 16, and they're still there. So that core group is sort of a bonding everyone, forming that bond. So it's not a problem. I've had meetings with them, and trust me, they have some vocal ones. They have someone just relaxed a bit because they just come into the program. But from my understanding, they are really, really tight. They're together. They're not making decisions outside of it. And you'll find that, like I said, Khadija Shaw, who started with me when she was 15, playing under 17, under 20, like Jodie Brown. They have a lot of the say because of their experience in the team, but it's not like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I've been here for 10 years. So you can't tell us what to do. No, they're all bonding very well, and I'm very, very pleased with that.
All right. Next question for you. Your management can ask the status of Blackwood injury. Also, will we be seeing Taylor Hines from Liverpool?
Then Blackwood is out for maybe another month or two. She should be ready for the July.
April game. July?
No, July games. I think maybe April might be pushing it a bit, but I think definitely she'll be there. Taylor Hines, we have not heard from her. Somebody just messaged me, and I think she was sent an invitation but never really responded. I'm a person that I'm the type of person that if you invite a player and they refuse for whatever reason, I'm a person I don't chase up after them because they have to come with a heart. They have to come with a heart to play.
Okay. As long as they made a contact, but you said there was a reaching out.
The contact was made, and I'm not knocking her up because I inherited the team after. So the thing, but she doesn't have a passport. But
so she would not be able to make. She wouldn't get.
No. Right. But I'm going to be reaching out to her, just the same. I can't say why. Maybe she couldn't. Maybe she just at the time couldn't accept or whatever. So I'm not saying anything bad about her, really.
I think in the games that I've watched, even coming out of the last time we qualified for the World Cup and a few other games, we have difficulties at wing back, especially I think on the right wing back area. I think we have consistently changed trying to find the right person, and like if Konya is not present at centre back, who plays? Have we fixed those issues now?
Konya won't be ready. Won't be there
because she's injured, right?
No, I can say it openly. I'm sure she won't be ready. She won't be ready.
Oh, okay.
So right now, what I'm doing for these
Whoa.
games, I think these games, I think we should be okay, right? Because we have, I can move them around. I can move players around in the back. But you're correct. Wing back. My criticism, as I've told you before, is the organization of defense. We're not organized defensively. So I'm now on the looking out for centre backs, especially centre backs. Because we have Swibi,
Yeah.
she's a constant there. She's a leader in the back, and then we used to have Kanya. So
Right.
Kanya is
Right.
here. So you might find that the two Swibis might play center.
Okay. Okay.
I can play around. I can play around with the wings, but you have to make sure
You have a stable.
pass to goal is
So will
flowing.
Kanye be available for the campaign at any point? Are you not
No,
sure? If
no,
she won't be available for the campaign.
no.
All right.
She
Then
only
that
there.
says
She only there if we qualify and
if we qualify.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Personal things,
Yeah. All right. Totally understand. All right.
Mhm.
The maestro said, yeah, well, I think you can see the comment. So let me just
Mhm.
put it up so you can read it.
Yeah, man. Well, you see, Maestro, here, look, Maestro. This is my attacking midfielder, the best midfielder in Jamaica, to me, right? At the time and still now, we don't have that type of quality anymore. He won when I won Premier League. He was my go-to person there with Harbourview.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah, man.
big up Jerry.
Yeah, man. Jerry. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so he says that you need to talk to Jerry, not Jerry Free, that the interview business, you know.
Jerry has
Yeah.
always been like that, man. But we make the interview, man. Bring him on now. Let me talk to him.
No, I'm gonna talk to Maestro. Maestro gonna be good, man. You know how it is. You know his style already. He's not the upfront kind of person, but
No. But trust me,
yeah.
we have not seen another midfielder like Jerry for a long time. We need one I think in the team right now.
Yeah. All right.
Man who can pass a ball without looking.
I am telling you. Yeah, man. Thank you, Stone Love. He says he appreciate us discussing. Let me put up that one. He says he appreciates us discussing the female football, which is very important. I think we need to give a lot of coverage to it because I mean there's a lot happening in terms of female football. But I think they also need to make themselves accessible. I know I interview the younger ones, but here's what I know, because I have indirect conversations many times with Khadija, and she feels like, listen, we don't talk a lot about female football, which is true. We don't, but you have to break that barrier by making yourself available to talk about it with the people, because when we can call a Jeremy and you, generally persons out there don't have numbers for the females. It's a little different. So I think going ahead, what would be good for the program is the visibility of the players, especially because there's no local football. How do the fans out there get to know the players?
All right, let me tell you. You see, before when I had a team in the earlier days, right? I used to take the team around the country, and they sign autographs, they take pictures. We play one of my plan, and what I did was to take them to different parishes: St. Mary, St. Anne. If you want, and St. Anne was one of the biggest places, right? When you raise funds there, you raise funds, and also so the people were so interested in the girls. We play against men's team. It's a team building exercise in a sense. So you're playing teams that like IRI FM, for instance, people from IRI.
Right, you normally do a lot with IRI FM. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, IRI FM was one of the first person that traveled with us and give us your time and all that. But I had them girls traveling around and just signing autographs, and it was a real good way of building them. We had a thing in St. Anne where Beanie Man came and performed a weekend.
Yeah. I was there. Yeah, man, I remember that. That is true.
We raised a lot of money for the program at the time. So
but
those
all of that
things
was moved out of Jamaica. All of that was moved away from Jamaica. So
all that was stuff. If I said to him, when these girls have time, they have to come to Jamaica, and we have to go play some exhibition games just to get the people involved and see these girls, young girls in the communities. We see them, get their autograph. Right now, I spoke to Bonnie yesterday. I was on the phone with Bonnie for maybe maybe an hour and a half, and she's saying that girls from Bermuda were writing her that they wanted to get her autograph. And not Jamaicans, Bermudan young ladies. And not like the Birmingham players on the team, just fans of hers. And so you have a name, you have a product. As I was saying to our general secretary, and I know you won't I know you won't mind if I say it, but I was saying to him, I said to him, mark down this date on your calendar. That Vin Blaine told you this, that in a couple years or less than that, the girls are going to be a lot more support than the boys. Trust me on that one. Because once they bring quality and they see that they can play and they're winning, people start supporting them more than, because we came out to the World Cup and we started a draw blank, in a sense. But with the rebuilding of this squad, and I always big up Coach Busby, I mean, I have to. Because I'm inheriting a team. I'm taking a team now, Manning's band, like I go to a new club without a preseason. So I have to take over the team without any of those things in place. But based on what I've seen before. But I believe I've always, anyone know me and know my history, I've always been pro women's football. Although I coach males and win. But women's football is something, if you don't know how to handle it, it's a different culture, different approach.
You know what the two persons I've always heard when I hear about female football who have always the names? You and Charlie Edwards. Charles Edwards from Barbican. Yeah.
Long time proponent of women's football. As a matter of fact, Charlie went off and coached men at Wisconsin Spring one time.
I see what.
For a short time because Charlie's whole thing. Charlie spent a lot of money on women's football. A lot of money on women's football. People don't know that, People don't know that, right? He spent a lot of money on women's football. And it was Charlie, at one point, it was Charlie and myself who was going at each other, right?
Yeah,
Charlie
right. Barbican and Harborview.
Barbican was the top team, no matter what. You have Portmore Strikers, Harborview, Barbican, Montego Bay, what's the name of Montego Bay team? But those teams were there. That end the competition was good. So we have to big up Charlie and two really, but Charlie sort of got a little bit withdrawn from it because of nothing happening. But the women's football have to come back to that at some point.
So I see here M10 Football says it is a pity there haven't been any local female football because there is no doubt we have players here with the talent to be part of the team. Monique Price and Melissa Bryan could make this team.
M10, Monique Price and Melissa should be coaches, them pass the devil.
The pass.
Yeah. I mean, Monique Price was a goalkeeper.
These are players that you know.
Yeah. Monique Price started as a goalkeeper. As a matter of fact, Monique Price was a better goalkeeper than outfield player. Right? But she transferred. She was a better left-sided player. She played for Jamaica too already. But Melissa Bryan, Chunky, these are good players. We're good players back in the days. All those two played national football. But I don't think at this level now, and they're not playing in the football. It's just like string bean, They're not playing in football. Yeah, they're not playing in football.
Will we see any new faces in this window? And they're asking and the same person is saying go on to say squad will drop tomorrow, asking the question.
No, the squad not. I can't name it until the FA, decide to. See, that the coaching staff, the association has to put it out. The federation has to put it out. I can't just name it without them, out of respect for them. But it should be out this week. New faces. Back to the question. New faces. There will be a few new faces because of replacement issues. But it will change as we go forward.
Yeah. So all right. So with the national and just on the male side, we have seen where we hear that players don't have passport, their passport weren't processed. for the players that you want, they have all the necessary documentation in place and they are ready, or there are still others who we will not see in this window because the process has not yet been completed?
Right. That's true. There are players that starting players, I think, not going to be here. But what we have players that are capable, just the same. But we have players there are players that I really wanted to get, but the passport not ready yet.
How long does it take? Because this is the same question we keep asking with, it's like, how long is it? I mean, seeing that this is a national, this is not like a club. This is a nation going to a World Cup. Like, aren't these things like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the ambassador can expedite? Like, is it something that takes a week, or is it just the document that are necessary to get the passport done? That is the problem. So it is not like the passport office really. It's just that for the player to get all that is necessary to verify the information is what the delay is. Because when people hear the passport is delayed, it appears like between the passport getting to the passport office and it coming out as a passport, it takes this very long time, and you have 10-day processing and 5-day processing to get a passport. No. So what are some of the delays?
Let me first say a lot of thanks to PICA. Right? They have They have been accommodating Jamaica Football Federation for years, from my time in my prior time stint till now. They have been always supporting. It's a process that a lot of people don't understand. First of all, they have to get their citizenship, and that's the process. And if the girls are applying for it in the UK, it has to go to the UK embassy, not embassy, but
Ministry of,
not the ministry, but all right, let me move on. But you have to go through UK, sent to Jamaica to be processed, right? A lot of times, some of the players are from getting their citizenship through their grandmother was died. So they have to go through to get those certificates to get their mother's certificate or father to get it and go. So it takes a little time. A normal time for citizenship here is probably running 6, 7, 8 months, right?
Whoa,
because you have a lot of people there. So, but to PICA, who has been very, very, very accommodating to the Jamaica football, and I want that on the air, they push for it. I think they're very close to get the ones now. But there are other difficulties, like that PICA didn't see where it was paid for, the processing was paid for because of the communication barrier and things that will come to them. So those are little things that have been delaying, But I can't criticize the process.
Consulate. Somebody's telling us you're trying to get the consulate.
UK consulate. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Paul Murray. You're brighter than both of us.
Yeah. You get brain freeze sometimes.
Yes.
But that is the process, So we are hoping that maybe for April window we will be able to get them. They're processing right now. But I've had young ladies who had put in their own from June last year and still have not received it.
June.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But they're being fast tracked now. I said thanks to PICA, they're being fast tracked.
Whoa. Interesting. On the defensive issue, M10 football says too much length in the team when we defend. Not so bad as far as the width is.
He has a point there. M10 football, you have a point. That's where I spoke to about organization. And we tend to hold a line to see what's going to happen. And that's too late. Because the ball travels faster than you. That if Usain Bolt when that ball pass can get that ball as quick. Because the ball got him 10 yards over his head. If he stands up and look at the ball before the ball is passed, And the basic rule of football for players defensively is if the midfielder has time and space to look up, you drop. Because you can always come forward take care of business. But it's hard to be running towards the goal. And if you notice a lot of times, Jamaican defenders are running towards the goal.
Yeah. You're always told and defended. If you're facing the goal, your own goal, you're in problems.
Yeah, you're in trouble, and that's the time the team can press you because you don't want you turn around. So I think that was the area that M10 observation is correct. This is what we have to do. You see, two things that let you stretch out. If you're tired, then you're giving more. You start giving length. So that's one of the areas we're going to work on, and hopefully we can correct it in time.
And then you have your video analysts and stuff, persons who do all of those tracking and analyzing the games and stuff, break them down, the video sessions and all of that.
Right.
Okay. So all the staff in place.
Yeah, I've also done a course in that too. So along with him and the other staff, we can analyze the games. But there's someone specifically who is doing that, videotaping the game and give his input.
All right. Coach Vin, Melissa Bryan is a female version of Jeremy and you.
Was. No, trust me, she was a handful. Good body.
Yes.
Very deceiving. When he's running, in her running, she move off the ball quickly, but very, very, and can kick with both feet.
Okay. And this is Boris Johnson says, blessing, Sir Vin Blaine, good to have you back to help with our national football and footballers. Great. And then he goes and says, Manning's man, just to let you know, Mr. Vin Blaine Vision, with Mr. Vin Blaine Vision, the ladies made it to the World Cup. Good to have him back. All right. BJ
is biased, that, right? BJ, trust me, BJ have a history with me. That's why I told and he played for above you already.
Yeah.
But BJ, big up BJ.
And then Adrian Orlando Nicholas saying the Swebe girls are excellent.
Yeah.
In the squad. I think
definitely. Quiet, but very disciplined.
A positive vibration show said you have to pressure the government to allow fans in the stadium. Well, I mean, what I want to know. Listen, all right. So I was at the game, right? And fans make a difference. I've gone to the games. Yes. I was at the Panama game. I remember at this game, and people will tell you, there was one occasion that Rafael Morrison had his hand on his hip, bending over while the play was going on. And I shouted out his name and told him to take his hand off his hip and trap back. You know what happened? He took his hand off his hip and the man started moving like he got a extra boost of energy. the point I'm making that fans in the stadium, I mean, you never know. The Bermudan, they're not coming here to give Jamaica 3 points, right? Well, they're coming here to win the game. I mean, we believe we're supposed to beat them, but they're not coming here to give 3 points to Jamaica. And just for the program itself, we want these young ladies. I mean, they generally don't get any support, like already, because it's not like they play before a full national stadium on any occasion. Sometimes they have even been sent to Catherine Hall because the stadium would look empty with the fans that are there. So I think
my name is man. Let me cut you and tell you something. And all of us agree. Why you think they talk about the 12th man? And when you go to a whole away game, it's more difficult. When you go to like Azteca, if you're ever going to Azteca and hear the noise in there, it's a swarm of locusts just making all that noise, and that helped them, and the altitude and all that. You see, so the 12th man is very important to the team. It gives them the vibes. When you hear the cheering of the team, it gives you the vibes. That's not, why I think when 98 World Cup in the stadium full to the capacity, it makes a big difference, right? But I am back to the support again also. The beauty about this, is the Honorable Babs Grange is a fan of the Reggae Girls, and she has something to be a little, input into the.
Well, she's the Minister of Sports. I don't know, but I know the Minister of Local Government has more of a say based on the DMRNA.
They are colleagues. So they can influence each other.
I really think so. I think it is important that especially if you have any player, this would be the first time they're playing in the stadium.
Yeah, they need advice.
You need that. You're coming to play for your national team for the first time. That is important.
Yeah,
I think
they will allow a few fans inside. Hopefully, you can get the grandstand full.
I think so. Listen, I think even if it's scattered, I think the ladies having the fans shouting and supporting them will make a huge difference.
What I would love to do is have the east side of the stands, the
half line, top
right. We're over the bleachers and in the stadium. They're not going to open the whole thing because it's a lot of workers have to be put in place there. So they can open the bleachers right across from the grandstand and the grandstand. And they have enough space so that people can spread out.
Yeah. Well, I really hope that the JFF have already submitted a request to have fans for this particular game. All right. And what about sponsorship? Is the program properly sponsored?
I can't speak to that. I got you right there. I cannot speak to that.
Okay. And because I know that when I think in last year when we did an interview with Mr. Speed, he said that all the national teams, they now have contracts, like all the players at the senior level. I think at that time, I'm not sure that the ladies had signed theirs, but they were in dialogue to have contracts signed, so there will be no salary issues with the team, which I think is very important, that there is some agreement as to what the incentives are per game, because you don't want that. You understand? You don't want any turmoil in this. I don't think it looks good being it's a male sport thing. I don't think it looks good on the female side of the sport. So I hope all of those financial contract issues are in place, and I hope
they are being worked on. But let me be very honest with you. You see, contracts are something that people just don't sign like that. It takes negotiation. Very few contracts that you sign sign off it right away.
Yeah.
Right? But I know they're very, very close to signing.
Okay.
It should be probably signed this week. But you must understand now, in the early days when I had a team in 2005, 2006, 2007, those girls never knew anything about the contract. Right? Now that you have players who are playing from professional at a professional level, the mindset is different. Right? So we have to be very careful how we handle those things. I've been in discussion with the players. They are pleased with the contract, right? So now they're willing to sign.
Awesome.
So it will be done more likely. Today's Sunday. Sometime this week it will be done, and they're pleased with the contract.
Yeah, and then I'm hoping that the squad can be out early enough so we can get the fans familiar with the team, just like what we do with the male football. We pick our predicted 11 and have discussions around that and stuff like that. And if any other players are available, I'm always open for them to come and talk to the fans. Just come on and say, listen, we want you to come out, and here is how you can support us. You understand me? Because I think that is important, given as well that the male campaign is all but over. I think they can be that lifter of spirits, and say to them, listen, I know you're all disappointed, but we are here. We are ready to make you proud. Come on board, support us. I think if the players are available, I think it's a good that would be something good for them to capitalize on and see if we can propel the female game going forward.
All the girls are anxious to play. The contract wasn't a deterrent for them to play.
Yeah.
It's just a part of the whole development or the whole process. But even the ones who are not quite ready yet, that they're there. The squad could not be named because of the difficulties with the passports. So I couldn't name a squad.
Okay.
You know, so I had
Earlier,
I had to be, I had to be waiting to see if there what is happening, and then based on that, I made a decision. So right now the squad is named. It's just for the JFF to give it.
officially released from the JFF.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So here's Boris asking the next question of you. So
But BJ. No. No, not really. They have a new setup there. They have a principal at the coaching school, which, as far as I know, he's doing a good job. I've not been involved. I normally involved outside of the FA, of the federation. But as far as officially, no BJ.
yeah. And then Leighton Steele is saying that through a personal thing, Chantel is the best seaback Jamaica has, the most well-rounded. To that Chantel Swebe.
Really?
Yeah, it's always good when I hear people in the comment section knowing the players, because most only know Jody Brown and Kanye or Khadija. They don't know like Sweatman, Van Floss, I think, or all of those.
And
my favorite.
Sweatman captain on the 20 team, Sweatman been there from she's 16.
Oh.
Sweatman been there from she's 16, right? You have Sweatman, you have Chinlo Asha been there from she's 16.
Asha, yeah.
Tony Brown been there from she's 16. Kana been there from she's 15. Bonnie been there from she's 15. Then been there from she's 15. Jody Brown been there from she's 14. So all in those players, have been there. So we have players.
I keep forgetting her name. She's the one who scored the goal in the World Cup. She was a late addition to the squad. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that is
very good play.
Yeah, that is. I know you're talking. I know the name.
I keep forgetting her name.
Yeah.
How could I forget her name? Oh Lord. My brain freeze. I like R. Davis right there. I can't call it.
Havana Saloon.
Yeah. All right, so she's still a part of the.
She is, but she's injured. She's injured.
Oh,
she's also 3 months.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. She's out big time. Then they know big time. Chenna Matthews out.
Wow.
And she's one of our wingers. So our 2 wingers are out. Chenna Matthews and Page out. And
so we're losing a lot of players.
Yeah. We're losing central midfielder, we're losing attacking midfielder. But as I said, I'm confident that the player that we have now still can make it through.
Okay.
Might not be the team, I think the number 1 team. But listen, I believe the bench must be deep. Right? And I think the bench is deep, that even if they're not playing in this game, they'll make it. They'll make us proud the same way.
Yeah. All right. Lee Croft Letman, the man from out of Montego Bay, Cornwall College, and all those wonderful places, says, bless up, Coach Vin. You possess so much knowledge and passion for the beautiful game of football. And then Orlando Nicholas says, much respect to the Marley family too. From day one, they have been on board supporting the team. And here's a big question. I know this was going to come up,
Well, that is that area that I have to be working on. We don't have a out and out left back. Well, we do have Swebe playing there, but she's actually a central midfielder. I mean, defender and midfielder. So when I go in, I'm going to be working with the two wingers, 2 wing backs in that position to get them to play. In a way that they'll be able to manage. It's 2 mistakes they're making. It's 2 mistakes they've been making, and we can correct that easily. They might not be natural.
Oh, so really, what you're saying is not that you have the players. It's just to get the players functioning as a unit defensively.
Yeah, but also individually and the wing backs, right? The fundamentals of playing that position were not being followed. So you find that all right, when you're defending in risk areas, you have to take care of the person, your mark. And I think they're also holding a line and let the ball go over the head. In the USA game, 2 goals were scored like that. The first goal, not the first goal. Yeah, the first goal is one. The second goal was scored that way to the penalty. The third goal was scored that way with the defenders watching, the wing back watching, and the ball and passing. So they can play football, you know. It's just that we had people who were putting in the position that are not really natural wing backs. Because if you look at Denden, if you look at Denden and Sashana Campbell, they tend to want to go forward before they take care of the defensive responsibilities.
How is Trudy Carter?
She's good, man. Trudy is a German new type of player. You have to give her freedom.
Yeah, she seems like she's very, flamboyant.
Freedom, you need a player like that sometime, you know.
Yeah, I think you know what is the truth is when I watch a female team, you know how to manage her. I think than the other coaches I think they struggled with trying to, and that's why she was on the bench. I don't think she was on the bench because of her quality. I just think she was on the bench because of just her style of play.
Yeah. Listen, she played a game she played in one of the qualifying games in the national stadium. She had home game.
Yeah, I watched that game.
And she did something, she did a little fancy thing and beat a player and sort of, hype up the crowd. And of course,
I was here. And the coach were like, yeah.
Why are you going to mad at her? Football is fun, Football is fun. And she's the type of player. She played with fun. She's fun, Once she plays, she enjoy herself. And you can't restrict that.
Yeah. Eagle Republican said the GFF needs to get the Gibson Relay negotiation team to intervene on their behalf regarding the girls of in fantasy stadium. I think the GFF team attended the wrong high schools. Well, one thing I know is that Mr. Vin Blaine is a KC man, so if there's any school influence, then
any school influence Gibson Relay, is he?
Yeah, I am telling you. Yeah, there you go.
As I said, Honorable Babs Grange is a fan of the regular girls, and I hope she listening because I know she'll fight for them. So hopefully we can get that, get that in the stadium watching girls.
All right. Then Arlanda says, I think Allison is the best C-back experience and leadership, right? Because that's what you were saying. You can play Allison and Chantel at centre back in the absence of Connie.
Yeah. Okay. I'd rather take the chance with directing the wing backs and 2 solid central defenders. That's basically it.
Okay. All right. What about Tiffany Cameron?
Yeah, she's coming.
Okay, and Olive Fusade.
She's there too.
I don't. Okay. Always have a problem pronouncing it.
Don't say Shade.
Shade. And then All Topic TV says, "Big up, Vin. Betty brother said that."
Yeah, right. Big up.
Yeah. But you want to take this one? Has her Jamaican left-footed centre-back, 27-year-old. COB and Wilson.
Jamaican passport.
And she plays for Crystal Palace. And she's a left-footed.
The name is not familiar to me. I will check that out.
All right, you want me to have it down and text it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just do that right now because I don't want you to forget. This is good enough because what it means is that are you going right? You're going to take it down?
I write it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will search on things because I can watch their games online.
Okay.
I was watching Bonnie's game today. She lose 1-0.
Didn't she play Arsenal and beat them recent or scored against
she draw thing. I'm not sure if she been.
Yeah.
She scored 2 goals in a game recently. She been scoring. But I check out this girl because we definitely need a left back.
We need somebody on the left side. That has been the problem. Eagle Republic says totally agree, Mr. Blaine, about team depth. I always believe that any team is only as good as the second 11. And so, at least for these first two games, you get to look at some of those players until all the other players have their documentation. But I mean, what about the Bermuda team? Is the football there on the up and up, or I mean, do you scout in this round, or you just kind of see the scouting until you get into the final stages? How much? Because Damrep has done good. I think they defeated Jamaica in under 17, or is it under 15?
Under 15, I think it was. I've seen the Damrep team. They played Trinidad twice, so I looked at them. I'm not in Bermuda, but I've heard some results, which just doesn't bother me as such. Results can mean anything. But I've heard some results, not very good for them. But a lot of times they may not be playing their right team because the girls could not come in, like us. The girls could not come in. But I know they're putting a lot of interest in their women's team. So I don't know them. Right? Historically, they've never beaten me, Bermuda. If they can beat us, they're going to go to the World Cup. That's the standard I'm setting for them. Jamaica,
that's a good way. That's a good way to put it. If you're good enough to beat Jamaica, you definitely need to be in the World Cup. So people, you know what that means. You know what the standards are. Big up the coaches that's also in the building. Carl Blake said Simon was called up for the regular girls when she was playing in Italy.
Okay. I must remember Carl. I just inherited this team. So I took the squad that they had. I have a lot of people have reached out to me, a lot of agents and a lot of people who are involved. As a matter of fact, a Jamaican recently who's there in the UK for over 20-something years. I probably was born there, but he reached out to me and said if I need any help. So I've been reaching out to these people because I want two good central defenders.
That's what I was saying, that with Konya probably being out for the long term. I mean, something happened. You need something happened to one of the Swabies. You need, especially as we are going to advance to that final stage when you're possibly going to meet up against a Canada or a United States.
Exactly.
And seeing team depth, like I said, is going to be very, very important. But one of the things I love about, I mean, even your approach is your openness to look at players to plug the gaps that you have.
Yes.
And I think what is important in football is intentional scouting. Not just that person is available, let's bring them in. No, but I don't need 10 players. I know the one and the two. I'm not going out there to find 10. And I'm going to tell you why I said this. Recently, I have a friend. He came to Jamaica. From Union Omaha is the name of the team over there in the USL 1. And they came to find two players. I think a central midfielder, box-to-box midfielder, and one other position. He came to Jamaica and he saw players who were playing outside of those positions that were tremendous. He seemed like they're awesome talent. And he still stick to the position he came to fill.
Yeah, because they would fire him and go back. and carry forward. That's why it is. You already have players. This is that and sort of but what should I say now? If the player, if you saw a good player, he would have taken that player. Or not, you have taken information, go back to the club and say, I know
right. That's what he did.
This person is, I think you should take a look at this kid. Right now for the central defender, a player that I recruited when she was 16 years old. She played under 17 and under 20 for Jamaica already, but she was never called back after that. But she played central defense, so they reached out to me already yesterday, and I said, "Tell her I'll take a look at her because she was playing with two girls. One was playing with Trudy in Italy, right? And she's back now out of contract, and they reached out to me. The girls that I coached from back then, I recruited them from Canada.
Okay.
So they are reached
Okay.
out to me now. So I mean, why shouldn't I take a look at them?
Yeah, and
They
there are a couple.
already represent Jamaica. You know,
Yeah.
I know for sure them have them passport. I know them when they played as young, as young players under 17. You know, so if I can give them an opportunity and they're better than what I have, fine. As I tell them, you get an opportunity to try out, but it's up to you. If I don't like you, then that's it. You know, because playing when you're 16 now to when you're 20 something now it can be a lot of difference. They
All
may not
right.
have developed the they should.
Yeah, man. All right. Bless up, Basil Simmons. People, listen. This is good content. We're supporting the female football, so just hit the like button, all right? Don't let me be asking. Hit the like. Hit the like. Don't let us do that. This is good content. Go ahead. That's what you should do. Carl Blake is saying that we should have a database, though. This would include all potential players and legible players.
I've had a theory, you know. From I came in, I've had all the players, not even the ones that have not responded. So I have all the players' names. I have all this where they're from, right? So it's not just the 23, right?
Yeah.
I have
What I say to Carl is that if you
yeah.
know Mr. Blaine, when it comes to um he will what the probably going to have is probably that he's going to be over organized if there's any such thing. Right? It's not going to be for a lack of having all the necessary information. Is the amount of time. I
Mm-hmm.
mean the huge chunk of time that he's going to spend in the in
Mm-hmm.
organizing stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
even when he's gone, and you'd have seen the progression of the team. A lot of what you saw in terms of us qualifying for the last World Cup had to do with the foundation that he laid because of how well he structured and organized the program. So someone didn't have to come in and build from scratch, right? Right, Mister?
Right, right. As I said, the majority of players that went to the World Cup were from the recruitment in the early days. You're calling names. You know, Asher, Sweatman, Bunny, Judy. You call all them from
Yeah.
before.
Okay. Leighton Steele says that the Bermuda team coach
Mhm.
has said they are following the Jamaica module and getting more players from the diaspora.
Yeah,
Same
man.
with Damrep. Looks like the
Yeah,
Caribbean might be getting a bit better.
definitely, definitely. But you see, I'm glad that they say they're following Jamaica, so we're setting the standard, and I will keep the standard higher
Yes,
than this.
yeah, yeah. I see Devon Porter, Coach Devon out of Canada saying Courtney Douglas. What
Yeah, that's
about
the one.
her?
The one is a coach in Canada.
Yeah, so he's asking about a
Yeah,
Courtney Douglas. Say that she's
that
a central defender.
yeah, Devon, that's the person I was just talking about who reached out to me. Devon is the one
Okay,
that saw before,
okay,
But Courtney
okay.
played for me. Courtney played for me, and years ago at under 17, right? So he's talking about Courtney. He saw he's a coach in Canada, Devon.
Yeah, yeah. He
So
works with
he's
one of if he works with a former Harborview man, Mr.
hmm?
Groves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a Harborview connection out there.
Yeah. Junior. When I was president of the club, Junior was a little kid.
Really?
Yeah, man.
When you were president?
Yeah,
Uh,
I was president. I was president of Abbeville Football Club. I was the
no,
first
no,
president.
no, no. I just thinking like I didn't know that you're so far apart in terms of between you and
Yeah.
Junior. Yeah, that he was a
Man,
kid.
fine part, man. Junior, young.
Uh, and
Well,
then
good guy, good guy.
yeah, I have a nice little Facebook chat with Mr. Blaine last year when he got the job. He might not recall.
Carl, yeah, I don't remember. Maybe it's I don't know. No disrespect, Carl, but maybe you can remind me. You can message me on Facebook again, Carl.
Well, yeah. So I mean, when do you come into the island to start your preparation for the game?
Should be there on the 14th. All the staff coming on the 14th, all the players coming on the 14th, and we start our work on the morning of the 15th. We do some recovery work, and the afternoon of the 15th, do a little bit of a tactical work, but maybe just a little hour or so. And then the Wednesday night, the game is at 7 o'clock, by the way. The Wednesday night, we're gonna be doing some more just tactical work. You can't do much, no, just to get them to organize. I'm gonna spend some time on the 14th, the evening of the 14th, on the defensive work.
Right. So the game is Thursday, the 17th
17th.
of February at 7 o'clock
Yeah.
at the National
Stadium.
Stadium. Hopefully, prayerfully, with some fans. Uh,
Hopefully.
we hope to cheer on the team against Bermuda. And
Yes.
all the girls are asking on Coach Blaine is that we support them. For those of us who have these platforms, we begin to profile some of them and talk about the players, talk about the game, push it in the same way we're doing it, have the vibrant discussions, and let them know that we are behind them 100%. I mean, they need it. For too long, it has been treated as second class or secondary. You know, and I understand like what the American female football team feels. Because I mean they feel like the male game gets a lot more support, and they have had, as females a lot more support. We could have a team qualifying for 2 senior World Cups for the first time in our history, one after the other. So we need to pay credence to that, because I think, given the experience of the last campaign with such a young team, the foundation that has been laid, and the pool of players available to us, and with you now involved in the program, I mean, I think everything is poised for us to qualify for back-to-back World Cup campaign.
I'm confident that we can. You know, because as I said and I said before, I think we have a deep squad. My good problem, is to set the team. Because I think we have enough players that we can have to be saying, oh, you know, leave out this one, bring in this one. I think we have a in depth, and it's going to get better as we go along. I'm going to have more problems as we go along, which is a good problem.
Yeah.
You know, when they realize what's happening with the team and the potential of the team, and you're going to have people coming up with work now. You're going to have coaches. I mean, from I've been here, coaches start reach out to me already to say, oh, this player, you know, you can, and that is good. It's back to when I was there. I mean, when I was there before, we had coaches almost every week wanting Jamaican players. Right? These players are already playing they're playing professionally. But there are 1 and 2 who are out of contract that I would love to see them get another contract before.
Yeah.
So this is a platform for them to show their worth.
Well, and then the league in the United States is also out of season. So maybe at the restarting of that, some of them could probably be looking at getting signed in the league there. But
when I've read, have people tell me if I want to get players in Europe, I must contact them. So you know that's what happens when you are at this level now, and realize that a lot of people say, you know, you have a good set of girls. People from UK saying that to me because they know the girls.
Yeah,
you know, it's me. You know, the pressure is on me to make sure that we qualify.
Carl Blake, Will Marlowe, Giselle Washington, and Jade Bailey be in the team?
Jade Bailey out. Giselle, I've not seen her for a while. Marlowe definitely in. But Jade is in, you know, but she has not gotten her passport yet.
Passport, yes. Yeah.
And Giselle, as a matter of fact, I saw Giselle. I was thinking why she was not being invited again, because she's a decent little player in midfield. So I have an intention of bringing her back and look at her. But I saw she played. I think she did well enough, right? I've not seen her now, but she's young. She's young, right? So I would love to see her again.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, but I know that I did hear that Jade Bailey is processing her passport.
Yeah, definitely. All of them are. Everyone. All of them are processing. The ones that are, put it this way, the ones that were in the last squad that played against
Costa Rica.
Right. Well, Jade one is being processed. Drew is being processed. Paige is being processed. You know, Satara is being processed.
So they will probably be available for the April window.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping. You know, I'm hoping. And then I have chance. What I've done with this, I've brought in some young ladies who have not been playing. I've never played for Jamaica, right? Just to look at them, see going forward. I think we're still good enough. You know, we have a good team and we have a good squad on the pitch. and then the reserves are the ones that are bringing on to look at them to see how they perform. Even in training, maybe give them a touch in the game, But we see. You never know. You might have somebody who no one saw but can play. One is a central defender, one is a forward.
Okay.
So you have I think two forwards and a winger. You have another winger that's there.
Man, I'm so excited about the game. I don't know if because of the field meal campaign, but I'm very excited about this campaign. Leighton Steele says, I think Rachel Smith is another left back. Not sure where she plays now, though. She played for Jamaica already at the most recent Pan American Games. She also had videos of herself on the YouTube. He said she played for University of Florida.
University of Florida?
UF. I think UF is University of Florida.
Yeah.
Right. But she played at the Pan American Games. Pan Am Games. Okay.
All right. So I know. I said any player we say just not talking about and they were never on the list that I received.
Okay.
So I would check them out.
And then Carl Blake says, with the way CONCACAF qualifiers are set up, Jamaica has a great chance to get to New Zealand. CONCACAF can send 5 teams. So the top 4 basically go through, and then there's a 5th place that plays playoff.
Yeah.
And that's against the playoff is against South America?
Probably the last time it was Argentina that Panama played off against when we went through. So they're set up.
So it's actually 5 spots, and there are 8 teams playing.
Yeah.
Listen,
we can make it. We're gonna make it. I'll be disappointed in myself if you don't.
Listen, I don't. Listen, I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, man. I tell you. I mean, I said to me, if you don't make it, it's just me to be blamed. I think we have the team can make it, and if the other teams come really, 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 really good, But the players that we have, I have no doubt. But we're ready. You have to be very, very humble when you say these things. Bear in mind, I don't want to be Salah. I don't want to be Salah crying, after.
I think the question, Drew Spencer, her passport is not ready.
No.
I think Coach Blaine just said that. Mr. Porter, you're asking about, no man, it's not a friendly. World Cup qualifiers start on February the 17th, Jamaica versus Bermuda. Then we play Grenada on the 20th. We come back in the April window. We play the Cayman Islands in Cayman and the Dominican Republic here in Jamaica.
Right.
The top team from that goes to the final stage, where you'll be split in 2 groups of 4. One will be, of course, a group USA and 3 other teams, and Canada. Then the other one will Canada and 3 other teams. All right, there'll be a semifinals and a final. But the 4 teams would qualify automatically to the World Cup. Yeah. There'll be a 5th versus 6th playoff, and that team that comes 5th will play against, I think, South America, if it remains the same.
Yeah.
To get a next. So it's actually 4.5 spots that CONCACAF has. Because CONCACAF have 2 of the top teams in the top 5.
Number one team in the world. That's what our problem is, We always have the number 1 team in the world.
And Canada normally is in the top 5.
Yeah, Canada normally is there. Most of the time they're in that top 5, top 10, So we always have when I played off with, if we had the same format, I would have gone to the World Cup twice.
Yeah, because it was only 2 teams that were qualifying.
3 teams.
3 teams, yeah.
It was always USA first, Canada second, and Mexico played off with Jamaica twice. So we
yes. Yeah. And Mexico defeat. I remember the last time they qualified over us. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what was funny? We were using very young teams during those times.
I mean, remember, so we have 90% local players.
And local players.
Yeah. We had a good team then back then, because we had vibrant local competition. And the girls all went off to college. I had a team that when we came back to Jamaica, I said, if anything else, these girls must go to college. And everyone except one girl got scholarship to go and went and do their playing there and come back.
It's so good because I see even Tashana Vincent, she completed, I think, her coach, I think
she have the C license, I think.
The C license, and I think that is good.
I think she must
have.
There's
a next one. I think there are two of them.
Yeah, she and James, Alicia James.
Yeah. So that's Alicia also good to see.
Alicia is with the under 17 girls as assistant coach. Sashana is with the under 20.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is awesome. Listen, I mean, we at an hour and a half and it's Sunday. I know when we talk football, sometimes we can't stop, but don't want to keep you long because I know you're gonna have to call and put things in place and set up things. Let me ask you this: does this mean that your responsibility where you are now, you give up that, or you'll be doing both? Because
no, when I took the job, remember the job came. I never really planned to be here, to be the girls. I never really planned that. It came out of a conversation, just a conversation with the general secretary. So when I decided to take it, I resigned from US Virgin Islands.
Oh.
So I'm basically straight to the Jamaican team now.
Okay. Well, what commitment?
It wouldn't be right. I'm director of football. I'm coaching education, and I'm still a coach to make a team. So it would be. So I had to resign. I resigned December 9th when I decided that I would go with the program. Okay. So I moved back into coaching. So I was coaching, then administrative work, and then coaching again. But I was always coaching, as a director, you end up on the pitch a lot of times. Guiding.
All right. Listen, I don't know what else you want to share with the fans. Or probably plead to corporate Jamaica, because listen, I think one of the things that saddens me is I don't think football, for what football has done, for the social issues that has plagued our nation, I don't think it gets the kind of support that it is supposed to.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem. I always think like it is seen as not the sport I want to attach money to. But it is the sport that probably can have the most influence in changing many things in communities across Jamaica. Even more so than track and field.
Yeah, it can be done, As I said, I told you, but I said to the general secretary, that's my only data that I told him that female football will be at a level at one point with the boys. My real goal and my wish is to see the stadium packed like a regular boys game. When we make it to the World Cup, in between the time of World Cup, to play a game there against an international team at the national stadium, full the stadium. That's what I would love to see.
I'm telling you.
And it's a possibility based on the type of players we have. Marketing, we can market money, we can market truly, we can market all.
Jade, truly. Yeah. Jody can be marketed. I'm telling you.
Jody is being marketed already. That's the next money. That's the next money. She's still in college. She's still young. But you saw that girl had potential from it found her at grassroots in center.
You know what is strange, Joe? There are two of them, and I was talking to, because Lacey and Murray and Jody played all the youth football for Centon together, always scoring loads and loads of goals, played at Ocherous High School together. Jody got, overseas. Lacey just finished, forgot the name of the college. A couple of seasons there.
Yeah.
But was
it Navarro?
Navarro College, yeah. I really hope.
You know who coached Navarro though?
No.
A former captain of Jamaica national team. She played for me.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She head coach at Navarro College in Texas. She had money there one time. She had a lot of Jamaicans pass through there and move on to different colleges.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
know that. I didn't know that. So
You can probably
I
talk to her
hope
one time and get her feedback. And she captain. She's from Montego Bay.
of course I want. Of course, we need to make that happen. Listen, because I was just speaking to Xavier and I said, listen, I mean, I don't know because Lacey used to train with my male team. It's just that they wouldn't allow her because they wanted her to play like in the major leagues and the male team because there was no female football. But I just want to know that her progress because she's still fairly young. She probably just 1 year older than Jody
Dan
because,
Jody.
like I said,
Dan Jody.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
remember their school never played football.
Ochi
Jody,
High.
yeah, never played football. Never played female football.
No man, they played at Ochi High together.
Not that. Yeah, they did, but afterwards, they never had a female program at the start.
Okay, yeah,
Jody,
yeah, 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 yeah,
we
yeah.
saw Jody. We saw Jody at a
For
grassroots
center.
festival.
Okay, for grassroots.
Festival.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was Danny Beckford who used to bring her to town. The
Yes,
president of
man. Danny Breakfast. We used to bring both of them. We used to bring
yeah,
them all
Danny,
over the
Danny,
place. We
Danny,
recorded.
Danny bring them to town, take them back, bring them to town.
Yeah.
He invested in his time in them, right? And is afterwards when that started a women's team in
Yes.
center,
Yes.
and that's how they started to play also.
Yeah.
You know,
People don't realize that. I think the first time she played for center, she was around 12 or 13.
12-year-old.
12
She played
year
under
old.
15, she played under 15, 12 plus.
Yeah.
She played under 17 at like 15 or less or earlier. So
Yeah.
she was always at 1 year. She has improved so much.
I'm telling
She has
you.
improved, she has improved,
University of Florida.
yeah, she has improved really, really well. Trust me, improved a great deal. And she'll be on the pitch. She'll be on the pitch on come the 17th.
The 17.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. These games will serve as both Olympic and World Cup qualifiers.
Not
CONCACAF
really.
have the number one,
Number
three,
3.
Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
three,
Mm-hmm.
number one, three, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Jamaica, all under 51st world ranking. I am excited, Mr. Blaine.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blaine, you will be expected to get us there.
I wonder why,
So-
I wonder why Carl laugh. Carl do over the laughing. Just get to take
it's a very cynical laugh. You just want you
yeah,
to
yeah,
know that it's a lot of expectation that you say make sure this happened.
yeah. See, the one say we don't get them again blame Coach Beard. I'm with you, Devon. I'm with you 100% with you. But life goal is football.
Yeah.
I think we have the quality. No, I know we have the quality that can challenge them.
Yeah.
Just as long as everything goes well, we definitely should be okay. Last question is McNamara in this team. McNamara is going to play with the under 20 team.
Okay.
Mhm.
Listen, people, listen. Jamaica have I don't know how this under 20 team is even the under 20 team is so competitive because people don't
Yeah.
realize that Jody can play under 20.
Yeah, but she's not playing under 20 though. She's playing senior. She was down to play under 20, but
Yes.
there's something with this time from school. She play both. She
Oh.
the whole year at school. So she couldn't. That's why.
Oh.
Peyton now McNamara I was bringing her in because she's young, so I wanted to give her a taste of this at this level also. Because she played in the practice games, but the under 20s need help for sure, and Peyton can come in afterwards and start. But Peyton would never object to playing for them, so I allow Xavier
Yeah.
pull the lead, so nothing wrong with that. Still playing for Jamaica.
He's saying that we have a good under 19 team that played in DR. That team that beat Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the team with Jody and Lacey.
Had to be those girls. Yeah, had to be those.
Yeah.
But you have to look at the makeup of the team now. The girls that are there playing professionally.
Listen, but you know that I'm telling you, it's kind of funny because because you have this like Avery Johnson, very good player, but she can play under 17 and under 20, and I think sometimes that is the issue. Like do they play in both? Like how it must be tough to determine high quality player who can play under 17. Do you put them in the under 20 squad and probably weaken the under 17? I mean, they probably want to play up, so it must be some tough decision, but it's better to have the quality and have problems.
I remember they might look good. They look good maybe at their own level. So they excel at their own level. You put them up in the senior team with a Jew and a Jade and a Bunny and even a Jody. Can they match up there without being destroyed? You know, so you have to be very careful with it. They have time. They have time. They have a lot of time to come into the senior team. Let them go play, get the experience at international level, at that level that they can excel. You know, and then when they come in now, they get used to playing with Bunny and those people. Kind of hard. It's easy, you know. Sometimes all the player can play, but when they play up, it's trouble for them.
Yeah. All right, listen. I mean, thank you so much again, Mr. Blade, for coming on. I don't know. I want to give you the final word to, talk to the fans who are out there about the
only thing I can say. The only thing I can say, talking to them is sometimes maybe futile because we're not sure what the government want to say. I want to talk to the government. I want to say to Honorable Bobby Green, push for the girls. Keep pushing for the girls. Because I know you love them, right? So keep pushing for the girls. I know Manning's thing come on all over the place. So hopefully it reach you. Encourage the government to have fans. I know that because of the makeup of the team now, and the way Khadija Shaw is playing and young Jody Brown is playing, and we're bringing new people into the team. I think now people are more interested in to see how the girls are doing. So if we get fans in the stadium, it will really help them, especially new ones who have never been exposed to Jamaican noise, and the vibrancy of Jamaican fans. Really look forward to the fans coming in. If it's open up, I would really want us to have where they have to turn back people at the gate. If they say 10,000, we must have 10,500, and we can turn back and them can come in. Right, so looking forward to it. Looking for the support. The girls definitely need support to turn this thing around. And if we turn it around, we can turn around Jamaican football. The football in Jamaica at the women's level. And thanks Omar for coming on. I'm talking official now.
I like how you said that, like you said. Thanks Omar for coming on.
Yes.
I like that. It's your program, and I like that.
I've been dominating the program, so it must be my program now, All right, guys. Thanks for the questions, and Blake, everyone. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for the input. Thanks for the information about the girls that you have seen play already. I appreciate it. And bear in mind that I just took over a team. I want to leave by saying I give credit to Coach Busby. I know the situation is easy, but I still have to give him credit. Right? I'm a coach, and I know what he's going through. Right, so I have to leave that with him. He put together a good squad. I now have to add to it in the areas that I see that we're weak in. But looking forward to the journey.
Yeah, man. J King, Mr. Blaine answered that the squad will be dropped probably tomorrow, but sometime this week. By the latest, you'll definitely hear what the squad. There were issues in terms of availability based on documentation, so they had to delay naming the squad. But it will be officially released by the federation, not by the head coach, which is not normal, protocol and stuff. So, but you'll hear it, and then once it comes out, we'll post it on the site. We'll have a discussion about it, go through the player's name, and we'll always dialogue with Mr. Blaine. We are going to try as well to see if we can engage and interact with some of the members of the team, just to hear from them. As well, and let them interact with the public, and so you can get to know, the players. Definitely, I will update you as soon as the squad is out. I have my birds who do their own investigation, and I get info. But you know what I do? I wait until the official information is out there. But I have some birds who work. They just sometimes they fly somewhere, and they just pick up a piece of paper, they bring it to my house, and then all of a sudden, I see this whole list of names on it. I don't know how that happened. It's magical.
Happens in every federation, don't worry.
Yeah. But Sir Blade, thank you so much again. Always a pleasure talking to you. A great mind, a great footballing mind, a great person. And I want people to understand that outside of football, you're just a great person. And so and that is evident in how you manage football and the success that you have had. So again, my pleasure having you this evening. And I know the persons out there are saying, I never know say I saw the man cool man. We need to talk to you some more. But and listen, and here's the good news, people. You can always engage him as well on his social media platforms. If you think that there's a player who you think could be looked at, he will definitely, and know that he will do that. It doesn't mean that the player can make the team, but you can rest assured that he will look at the player.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Porter still asking if you release the squad yet. Mr. Porter, you know.
Mr. Porter, that listening.
He's not listening.
Kevin, that listening at all.
He's not listening. Yeah, but all right, blessings.
The cold in Canada freeze up in mirrors, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but all right, blessings, coach.
Yeah, man. Take care, Omar.
All right, then. Bye.
All right, cool, man.
All right, there you go, people. Wonderful discussion as we focus on female football for the month of February. Wonderful discussion. And so you hear that. Just remember, February 17th, 7 p.m., Thursday, February 17th, at the office, Jamaica takes on Bermuda. This will be our first game in the qualifiers. First game. And then a couple of days after that, we travel to Grenada to take on their national team in Grenada. And they come back in April to take on the Cayman Islands and Dominica Republic. We top the zone. We enter into a draw where we'll be in a zone with one of Mexico or Canada, and then the regular culprits, the Mexico, the Costa Rica, the Panama, and things. So we will see how that goes. Have a very good team. We will let you know more about it, but please continue to support the female program. Also, hit the like button. You understand me? If you have not yet subscribe to the panel. Tomorrow we're going to have Xavier Gilbert on, and he's going to now give us perspective from the under 17 and the under 20 team that are in camp. We had some young ladies that we interviewed. They're going to come on, and as we get closer to the game, we will be engaging some of the players on the team and past players to come and share what their thoughts are. Again, big thank you to our sponsors. Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. Call them at 876-884-7390, and they will help you with the loan that you need to kickstart your business. No processing fee, same day processing, 0 to 4% in terms of their interest rate. And also Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, handle risk, seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text 647-989-0782. They have a product out there for you that will help you. Just want you to know that on the 10th, yes, on the 10th of February, that's next week, Thursday, Launch Legacy will be on this platform and a couple of other companies to share with us ways from a sporting perspective how we can get our money working for us, so we can invest, so we can be wise with our finances. You don't want to miss that, right? That's Thursday, the 10th of February, 7 p.m. Launch Legacy hosting a webinar on this very platform. All right. So bless up one and all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Big up to all the other vloggers out there who are putting in work. Coach Minzy at the coach's desk. The Formula Sport. Ryan LFC. Unseen Sports. CC Sports Lab. Chris the Sports Guy. Reggae Boys Coventry. I Max It. Talawa TV, the only female out there pushing it and carrying it on. Sports down the middle. Listen, if I left out any, maybe next time I will remember. God bless you, people, and be safe. I'm Man is Man, and see you again tomorrow at 11 when we have something special for you. And also, yes, tomorrow evening, another special one. Of course, we have Tricknick. People have been asking for Tricknick. We will be having Tricknick back next week, Monday. Well, tomorrow. Yes, you'll be seeing more Tricknick. You want to try it? Ah, there you go.